The American dream is to go to college, get a job, so that you can be a productive member of society, and then you can buy a house and do all of the things and be a part of the American dream. There is no American dream.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Marlon, your money coach. Today I want to talk to you about, or rather I'd like to ask a question. Is the American dream dead in America? What are your thoughts about this? Today we're going to look at a few video clips from some individuals who don't believe that the American dream is alive. I looked at some research according to the Archbishop Institute that was done back in May of this year, 2025. And they found that about 69% of people still believe that, or not still believe, but they believe that they have achieved the American dream. Do you feel like you have achieved the American dream? If you feel like you've achieved the American dream, I'd like to know how you define the American dream. Have you gone to college, graduated, gotten a good job, gotten married, purchased a home, or purchased a home and then got married? Whichever order. You've had a couple of children, your home is sitting on a couple of acres of land, you have some sort of financial stability, you have a good amount of money in savings. What is the American dream to you if you feel like you've achieved it? Now, for those who feel like they haven't achieved it, what is it to you? Like, what is it that's unattainable to you in your from your vantage point? I'd like to know. Let's have a conversation about it in the comment section. Please drop a comment down below. Let's take a look at what a couple of others are thinking and are saying about the American dream.
It's over. The American dream is over for so many Americans. I'm a former New Yorker, and a few years ago, I moved to Costa Rica. And a week ago, I made a video about how unaffordable the United States is becoming, and it went viral. Look, it's one thing to see the headlines and the data and the reporting, but that doesn't actually show you what people are going through. But this does. This is my comment section. It's full of people saying the exact same thing. A mom from New York with a 2-year-old, a family from Atlanta, a couple from Portland. They can't survive what they thought was the American dream. Listen, if this doesn't show you how bad it's gotten, I really don't know what will.
Does everybody remember when home owning interest rates were super low in the early 2020s? I do. So what ended up happening for a lot of people is they bought these starter homes. But the problem now is the interest rates are so high that they can't get out of these starter homes. So our American dream is slowly dying off. Used to be that our American dream was completely attainable. Good job, nice house, 2.5 kids, white picket fence, and everything was good. Now, even with mom and dad working, you're barely scraping by. So the idea of being able to afford a home in this economy is almost unattainable. Riding the wave of all of this thing because they are totally unbothered because they make enough money that they can do whatever they want. I really think that their jobs should be cut. They should not be able to work, 9 days a year and make 6 figures. Why? Why are they making that much and working that little when there's people out there like me and you who go to work and work a 40-hour week or more, oftentimes having more than one job, and we're barely scraping by? Why is this okay?
So for a lot of people, I've seen different statistics based on, I guess, different research, where we have a lot of people who were born and raised American who are looking to move abroad because they don't feel like America or the lifestyle or they don't feel like the American dream is attainable anymore. Now, you even have some that's saying that the American dream has never been attainable. What are you guys' thoughts about this? I'd like to know. So according to other researchers that I've read, that I've looked at, they're saying that this is basically subjective. So it's sort of based on if a person has an optimistic view of life, then they still feel like the American dream is something that's attainable. And some feel like they've already attained it. Now, if you have a pessimistic view, then you feel like the American dream is not attainable. It's never been attainable. Some, again, have said that it doesn't even exist. Now, I think there may even be some that would say that the American dream is still alive. They don't feel like they can attain it in their lifetimes. So, again, I want to see what you guys think about this. Let's watch a couple of other video clips to see what others are saying.
So we can all probably easily agree on the fact that the American dream as it was sold to us is dead. And the reason why I say that is my idea of the American dream is to be able to afford things on an average salary with one income in the household and be able to save money while you're paying for everything else, to be able to retire at an age that's reasonable so you can enjoy the rest of your life without having to, work 40 hours a week when you're over 60 years old. I think that's ridiculous. Now, what we're seeing is there's dual income houses, right? Most houses now have both spouses working, and the retirement age just keeps going up, and savings aren't going up. The amount of money that people are saving is not increasing. The amount that you have to spend to live has increased so much. In 1980, you could buy a house for $50,000. Now the average home price is over $400,000. And that is insane to me because the wages have not increased with the cost increase. So the American dream now is you work, your partner works, and you retire over the age of 70. Great dream. Live the dream.
The biggest pyramid scheme in the world is America. America is a big pyramid scheme. America makes me feel like I am doing Cutco, prepaid legal, Forex, and whatever else all in one.
The American dream is dead, and I want to talk about it. You might disagree with me. Actually, in fact, I expect that you will, because for some reason I keep ending up on the side of TikTok where everybody thinks I'm an insane person. But I am not. I am not crazy, in fact. And I know that I am not the only one feeling this way, so might as well put it out there, agree or not. I also think it's just easier to comment disagreement than it is to comment agreement. So I'm going to say it. I'm a millennial, if it wasn't clear. And I think that we, our generation, were given this blueprint, right? And it worked. It worked for all of the generations before us. So it wasn't a lie. No one was deliberately misleading us, but we were given this blueprint for our life, and we were told, if you follow these steps, you will absolutely be successful. You will be more successful than your parents. You will want for nothing. Life will be easy as per the American dream, right? Go to school, do well, go to college, graduate, get a good job, or even an entry-level job, because you can work your way up, get married, have kids, and life will be peaches and roses and butterflies and unicorns. And it worked before us. It worked for our parents and for our parents' parents. We are one of the first generations that consistently has not made more money than our parents, is consistently less successful than our parents. And there's just a lot that goes into that, but that's the reality of the situation. I work really hard, and my husband works really hard, and all of my colleagues and friends work really hard, and yet something just isn't working, because not only am I not nearly as successful as my parents and don't make nearly as much money as my parents did at my age, but also there is no horizon where I do. There's no horizon where that is an achievable goal. In fact, just living and surviving right now is really difficult for most of us. Talk about things that we have to make decisions about because we can't possibly make ends meet in everything. We've got insurance is going up, and prices of groceries are going up, and it's almost impossible to own a house anymore. And my parents, God bless them, and I am so grateful that they have such a blessed life. But as a retired couple, they go on multiple international vacations a year. And that's just not going to be my life.
Is anyone else completely sick and tired of living in America where you're expected to work your entire life? We are not here to work. Our jobs are not our lives. Our jobs are not our purpose. Everyone asks me, what's your job? What are you doing with your life? I'm just trying to save enough and get passive income so I can go travel the world and start my life. Like, everyone thinks their purpose is to work. Like, you get done with high school, then you go to college for 4 years, then you're $30,000 in debt, and then you're trying to find a job just so you can pay off that debt over the next 3 years. And then what? Then you're making enough money just to pay your mortgage and afford groceries and then pay for kids. And then before you know it, you're 60 and you're retiring and your body hurts because of your job and you didn't do anything that you wanted to do. And that's our life. That's what you're expected to do. And if you break out of that, then people are going to judge you and think you're weird or you're crazy or you're a hippie. I'm so sick of it. America needs to make a change. Something needs to change because people are not happy here. People are not living their dreams. People are not living their life. They are working. They think that their work is their life. It is not that way.
All right, you guys. So from the first video clip that we watched where the gentleman talked about how the American dream was to go to college, graduate, get out of college, get a good job, get married, get a home, buy a couple of vehicles, all these things, and still have some type of, autonomy to do some things that you want to do in life, travel, take your family on vacations, also have the ability to save money, to invest money, and to retire at a decent age, which most people, I think, would say a decent age of retirement is somewhere around 60 to 65. I want to know your thoughts. What are you guys thinking about this? Are you at the age of retirement and you can't retire because the American dream has basically, you've lost grips of what you thought the American dream was? Are you a young person and you're looking at your parents or your grandparents and the lifestyles that they've built, that they've created, you don't see being attainable for yourself? I'd like to hear it in the comments. Let's talk about it. So again, you guys, this is Marlon, your money coach. This is where we make money make sense for you. Please drop a comment down in the comment section. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this.